to the second session of Class 6 Physics, Chapter 10, Motion and Measurement of Distance. Hope you remember what we have learned in the first session. We have learned about story of transport, importance of measurement, Alden units of measuring lengths or distances, and the drawbacks or the limitations of using Alden units. In the second session, what we are going to study is about standard unit of measurement. We have seen there are many limitations for using Alden units of measurement using body parts, right? So how can you overcome this? How can you get a standard unit of measurement? What do you think a standard unit should be? How it should be so that it is convenient for others to use? There are some properties which we can think about to make a unit standard unit. First of all, the unit should be easy to understand. If the unit is easy to understand even to common man, then we can consider it as a standard unit. If you are using Alden units like yard or angul or fist, there will be a lot of confusion. So the standard unit should be easy to understand. The second property is that there should be uniformity in measurement. That means if a person measures something, some physical quantity in one particular part of the world, the same measurement another person also should get in another part of the world. That means whatever you measure, it should be same throughout. That is called uniformity in measurement. Then it should be easy to convert from one unit to another. That means we know for expressing length, we have many units. So to conversion from one unit to another, it should be easy. Then we can consider it as a standard unit. Another point is a standard unit actually helps us to represent very large and very small numbers conveniently. That means if a very large distance, suppose 2000 kilometer or more than that, or the thickness of your hair which is very small, but still this very small measurement as well as very large measurement can be expressed very conveniently. So these are some properties we define for a standard unit of measurement, which you could not find in Alden units of measurement. So we'll discuss about a standard unit of measurement which is called metric system. Metric system which was developed by the French in the year 1790. It is also called International System of Units. In the metric system, we use the units meter, kilogram and second for the basic physical quantities. Meter is for measuring length and kilogram is used for mass and second is for time. So the system of measurement based on meter, kilogram and second for length, mass and time is called metric system. And who developed this? The French developed this metric system in the year 1790. And now we have an internationally accepted system of units. Scientists from all over the world had accepted an international system of units. And that system we now call it as SI system or International System of Units. And the abbreviation comes from, it's a French word, System International de Units. From here the term SI comes. In English we call it as International System of Units. So this International System of Units or SI system made the measurement uniform throughout the world. It has all the features of a standard system. It is very easy to understand. It is uniform throughout the world. Then it is easy to represent big as well as small numbers. Then conversion from one unit to another is also easy. That is International System of Units or SI system. This SI system is based on multiples of 10. That means powers of 10 can represent big as well as small numbers. You know, multiples of 10 is very easy to represent. So very big as well as very small numbers can be expressed by or in terms of multiples of 10. Now let us see how to express big numbers in powers of 10. Here, as you can see, we have the measurements of lengths in different units. Which are the various units here? Kilometer, meter, centimeter, millimeter. They are all units of measuring length. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. Kilo always represents 1000. Kilometer is 1000 meter or 1 kilogram is 1000 gram. Now, how to express this 1000 in powers of 10? You can express it as 10 raised to 3 or 10 to the power 3. The exponent 3 here represents how many zeros. So 1000 meter we can again make it easy to represent if you use exponent form. Okay. Otherwise, if suppose this is a big number, many zeros are there, it is not convenient to write that big number. So it is easy to represent if you use the exponent form. Similarly, what is 1 meter is equal to? Meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Again, we can express this 100 centimeter in powers of 10 like this. 10 to the power 2. 10 to the power 2 means 10 into 10. Sorry, 10 into 10. Similarly, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. You have seen the small scale in your geometry box. It is a centimeter scale. It has 15 centimeter. And if you take 1 centimeter, you can see there are 10 small divisions in 1 centimeter. And each small division is 1 millimeter. So 10 millimeters make 1 centimeter. And 10 to the power 1 means it is 10 itself. Like this, any big number can be expressed in terms of powers of 10. To make this conversion from one unit to another, there's an easy way to remember. Either you can remember 1 kilometer is 1000 meter, 1 meter is 100 centimeter, like that. If we have other units like milli or deca or hecto comes, how do we do the conversion? You can remember this by just remembering this sentence. King Henry died unexpectedly drinking chocolate milk. So here the first letter of each word is taken. K, H, D, U, again D, C and M. What does this each letter represent? Let us see. Here, as you move from left to right, the magnitude decreases. Okay, this K represents kilo. Then comes hecto. Then comes deca. U represents the fundamental basic unit. Meter. In this case, it is meter. In the case of length, it is meter. Then deci. Then centi and milli. Is it easy to remember? Now let us see the conversion. How you can convert from one unit to another. If a quantity is given in milli, how do you convert it to hecto? Or if a quantity is given in centi, how do you convert it to milli? If you remember this, it would be easier. Okay, let us take an example. We are going to convert from deca to centi. We are going to convert from deca to centi. So using this, how do we do that? So we have to see where deca is. From where you have to move right? How many times? One jump represents multiplying by 10. As you move towards right, you are multiplying by 10 for one jump. Okay, so 1, then 2, 3. How many jumps are here from deca to centi? There are 3 jumps. Is it? So we can say that 1 deca is equal to 10 to the power 3. The base is 10. 10 to the power 3 centimeter or centi. Is that clear? Now let us take another example. From milli to cent. Okay, let us take meter. What is the conversion? Milli to meter. So it is from right to left. You have to move from right to left. Let us see how many jumps are there. 1, 2, 3 jumps, right? But since it is towards the left, from smaller unit to larger unit, instead of multiplying, we have to divide it by 10. Therefore, how many zeros come there? 3 again. So 1 milli is equal to 1 by 1000 of a meter. So we have seen the conversion of units from one unit to another, from small to big as well as from big to small. So this SI system or the international system of units make it easy to convert from one unit to another. Now, based on or according to SI system, different physical quantities have defined specific units. What is the SI unit of length? SI unit of length is taken as meter. Okay, according to SI system, the unit of length is meter. And we can express small lengths and large lengths using millimeter or centimeter or kilometer by adding milli or centi or kilo along with the meter. Okay, but the SI unit of length is meter. Similarly, SI unit of mass. In international system, the unit of mass is taken as kilogram and the symbol is kg, small letter kg. Then SI unit of time is taken as second and the symbol is S. We know other units are also there, hour, minute, etc. But the SI unit is second. I hope it is clear. Now let us do some exercises. We'll take the first example. The question is, convert the following as directed. The first question is, we have to convert 2 kilometer to meter. Here, the unit is given in kilometer and you have to convert it to meter. Let us see how to solve it. First, you can write what is the conversion factor. 1 kilometer is equal to, as I said, kilo represents 1000. 1 kilometer is 1000 meter. So what is 2 kilometer? Therefore, 2 kilometer is equal to 2 into 1000. What is that? That is nothing but 2000 meter. And we also can express this in terms of powers of 10. How do we express it? Let us see. 2 into 2 multiplied by 10 into 10 into 10. So 3 tens are there. So 10 raised to 3 meter. This is the answer. So you have converted kilometer to meter. 2 kilometer is nothing but 2000 meter. Now let us see the second example. What is the question? You have to convert 25 meter to centimeter. So the conversion is from meter to centimeter. So what is the conversion factor? 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Is it? Then what is given? 25. 25 meter is equal to 25 into, now we are converting this meter to centimeter by multiplying with 100. Now it has become centimeter. 25 into 100 centimeter. What is that? 2500 centimeter. How do we express this in power of 10? When we have numbers like this, you have learned about decimals also, right? So we are expressing it like this, 2.5 into. So when we put a decimal here after 2, how many more digits are there? 1, 2, 3 are there. So count the number of digits and put the exponent accordingly. So I have put a decimal here after 2, then it becomes 2.5, and how many digits after that? 1, 2, 3. So 10 raised to 3 centimeter. In this way you can express. I hope it is clear. Now let us see the third question. What is given here? You have to convert from 5 centimeter to millimeter. The conversion is from centimeter to millimeter. So what is the conversion here? 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. Therefore, 5 centimeter is equal to 5 into 10 millimeter. This is equal to 50 millimeter. Now let us see more examples. Here the conversion is from small to big units. So in the first question, see, we have to convert from meter to kilometer. So write the conversion factor. 1 meter is 1 by 1000 of a kilometer. Why? Because 1 kilometer is 1000 meter. So 1 meter is 1 by 1000 of a kilometer. Therefore, 5000 meter is equal to 5000 into, now we have to do the conversion from meter to kilometer by dividing by 1000. So 5000 divided by 1000 kilometer. That is, we can cancel these 3 zeros. It is nothing but 5 kilometer. Now let us see the second example. 25.5 centimeter to meter. Conversion is from centimeter to meter. Small to big. So small to big, what you have to do? We have to divide with the conversion factor. So what is 1 centimeter is equal to? This is the conversion. 1 centimeter is equal to 1 by 100th of a meter. Okay. Therefore, 25.5 centimeter is equal to, now we are going to do the conversion. First you write the number 25.5 into centimeter to be converted into 1 by 100, or 25.5 divided by 100, both are same. This is equal to, now do you remember the division and multiplication using decimals? We have a decimal point here and dividing by 100. So the decimal point will now move towards the left if it is division according to the number of zeros. So how many zeros are here? 2. So the decimal point will move 2 digits to the left. So what is the answer? 0 point. Since there is no number before a point, I put a 0 there. 0.255. Then what is the unit? Meter. This is the answer. Now we will move on to the third question. What is the third question? Convert 12 millimeter to meter. So the conversion is from millimeter to meter. So what you have to do first? Write the conversion factor. What is 1 millimeter is equal to? Small to big, and milli represents 1 by 1000. So 1 by 1000 of a meter. Okay. Therefore, 12 millimeter is equal to 12 into, now do the conversion, that is 1 by 1000. This is nothing but 12 divided by 1000. Okay, again division. Division with the tens and multiples of tens, very easy. You just count the number of zeros and move towards left. So we have only 2 digits here, 2 and 1, when you move from right to left. But we have 3 zeros. So what we will do? we put one digit there as 0. That is 0, 1, 2. And where the point or the decimal comes after this, before this. Or we can write 0.012 meter. You have to practice these questions well at home by putting different numbers and different values and different units. Study thoroughly. The conversion is very important. So dear children, practice this question at home. And we have reached the end of this session. We'll meet you again in the next session. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.